So I responded with, how could you put blame on someone else? And he said, well, saying like, hey, I failed because I used someone else's system, or I failed because, so-and-so didn't keep their end of the deal, or didn't do their responsibilities, or I failed because they ruined my business by doing X, Y, and Z. And they're all basically just like cop-outs when your mind gets kind of weak, right? They're kind of like excuses. But I hate to say that I've witnessed this happen too many times. And this is all him saying this. And I said, fault's funny because it just doesn't matter. No one thinks to themselves like, hey, that worked out really well for him. I wonder whose fault it is. We only think fault in the negative. We don't think fault in the positive, right? I bring this up to him and he says, I have a visceral understanding of the fact that I need better systems, better leverage and better people around me to, make that next chapter happen. And so I have to stop hiding. In thinking about this, I was like, no one asks whose fault it is when it works. And the reality is that 2 years from now, when you think about the championship Super Bowl game or the quarterbacks who've hit these records, no one's like, hey, that guy got really good calls from the ref. Hey, it was really raining that day. No one remembers. They just remember who won. And so I think that this is a really interesting thought line that I wanted to kind of dive into because the individual in question did something in the fitness space. And so I reached out and was like, why didn't you ask me for help? And this was basically his response was that he wanted the failure to be on his own if he was going to fail.